Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We continue the Holy Qur'an, translated by Maulana Muhammad Ali, with 10.1 Yunus and Jonah. Which is Jonah. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I, Allah, am the Seer. These are the verses of the book full of wisdom. Alif Lam Ra Tilka Ayatul Kitabul Hakim. So, I, Allah, am the Seer is the Ahmadiyya version of these mysterious letters, which you can tie the letters to the occurrences of those letters in each chapter. These type of separated letters occur, and there's other things. Is it a wonder to the people what we have revealed to a man from among themselves? Warn the people and give good news to those who believe, that for them is advancement and excellence with their Lord. The disbelievers say, this is surely a manifest enchanter. Surely your Lord is Allah, who created the heavens and the earth in 6 periods, and He is established on the throne of power, over the throne of power, and He establishes the throne of power, regulating the affair, and there is no intercessor except after His permission. And this is Allah, your Lord. And therefore serve Him. Will you then not mind? To Him is your return of all. It is the promise of Allah in truth. Surely He produces the first creation, then reproduces it, that He may reward with equity those who believe and do good. And as for those who disbelieve, for them is a drink of hot water and a painful chastisement because they disbelieve. He it is who made the sun a shining brightness, and the moon a light, and ordained for its stages that you might know the computation of years, and the reckoning. Allah created not this, but with truth. He makes the signs manifest for a people who know. Surely in the variation of the night and the day, and that which Allah has created in the heavens and the earth, there are signs for a people who keep their duty, those who expect not the meeting with us, and are pleased with this world's life, and are satisfied with it, and those who are heedless of our communications. These their abode is the fire because of what they earned. Those who believe and do good, their Lord guides them by their faith. Rivers will flow beneath them in gardens of bliss. And remember, not like anything in anything, so the establishment over the throne is the majesty of the throne over the footstool even, and God is, beyond that. So the idea of these things supporting Him, like some old guy on some hill or some ridiculous thing like that, has nothing to do with God. He it is who made the sun a shining brightness, and the moon a light, and ordained for its stages that you might know the computation of years, and the reckoning. Allah created not this, but with the truth. He makes the signs manifest for a people who know. Surely in the variation of the night and the day, and that which Allah has created in the heavens and the earth, these are signs for a people who keep their duty, those who expect not the meeting with us, and are pleased with this world's life, and are satisfied with it, and those who are heedless of our communications. These their abode is the fire because of what they earned. Those who believe and do good, and their Lord guides them by their faith. Rivers will flow beneath them in gardens of bliss. Their cry therein will be, glory to Thee, O Allah, and their greeting peace, and the last of their cry will be, praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Subhanaka Allahumma, the remembrance, a continual remembrance. Salam, as in Assalamu alaikum, and Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, the first chapter of the Quran. Their central prayer, the most said prayer in America and the West. And if Allah were to hasten for mankind the evil as they would hasten on the good, their doom would certainly have been decreed for them, but we leave those alone who have no hope of meeting with us in their inordinacy, blindly wandering on. Now, that's an implication that's not really there of they want to hasten on the bad. There's a difference between the bad and the evil. Certainly there's no evil that God is doing. But the fruition of their evil, the bad consequences, that can be a way of thinking of that whole thing. And when affliction touches a man, he calls on us, whether lying on his side or sitting or standing. But when we remove his affliction from him, he passes on, as though he had never called on us on account of an affliction that touched him. And Thus is what they do, made fair seeming to the extravagant, and certainly we destroyed generations before you when they did wrong, and their messengers came to them with clear arguments, yet they would not believe. And thus do we recompense the guilty people. Then we made you rulers in the land after them, so that we might see how you act. And when our clear messages are recited to them, those who have no hope of meeting with us say, bring a Qur'an other than this, or change it. Say, it is not for me to change it of my own accord. I follow not, but what is revealed to me. Indeed, I fear, if I disobey my Lord, the chastisement of a grievous day. Say, if Allah had desired, I would not have recited it to you, nor would if He made it known to you. I have lived among you a lifetime before it. Did you not then understand? Who is then more unjust than he who forges a lie against Allah, or gives the lie to his messages? Surely the guilty never succeed, and they serve besides Allah that which can neither harm them nor profit them. And they say, these are our intercessors with Allah. Say, would you inform Allah of what He knows not in the heavens and the earth? Glory be to Him, and supremely exalted is He above what they set up. And time again, these prophets that are sent are of the people. So they know their language, their customs. They know the level of reliability of the individual who is coming to them claiming messages. And people are but a single nation, then they disagree, and had not a word already gone forth from thy Lord, the matter would have certainly been decided between them in respect of that whereon they disagree. And really, every Muslim majority should be one country. There's no final justification that would make it necessary for any of the ethnic groups to be separate nations. But they've fallen under external and internal conflicts about matters which should be clear enough that they can have their varieties of material cultures and such, but political power is the main reason why some people would make such decisions, or it seems to be anyways. And they say, why not a sign sent to him? Why is not a sign sent to him from his Lord? Say, the unseen is only for Allah, so wait. Surely I too with you am of those who wait. And when we make people taste of mercy, after an affliction touches them, lo, they devise plans against our messages. Say Allah is quicker to plan. Surely our messengers write down what you plan. He it is who makes you travel by land and sea, until when you are in the ships, and they sail on with them in a pleasant breeze, and they rejoice at it, a violent wind overtakes them, and the billows surge in on them from all sides, and they deem that they are encompassed about. Then they pray to Allah, being sincere to him in obedience. If thou deliver us from this, we will certainly be of the grateful ones. But when he delivers them, lo, they are unjustly rebellious in the earth. O mankind, your rebellion is against yourselves. A provision of this world's life, then to us is your return. So we shall inform you of what you did. The likeness of this world's life is only as water, which we send down from the clouds, then the herbage of the earth, of which mankind and cattle eat, grows luxuriantly thereby, until when the earth puts on its golden raiment, and it becomes adorned, and its people think that they are masters of it. Our command comes to it by night or by day, so we render it as reaped seed produce, as though it had not flourished yesterday. Thus do we make clear the messages for people who reflect, and Allah invites to the abode of peace, and guides whom He pleases to the right path. For those who do good is good, and more, neither for those who do good is good and more, neither blackness nor ignominy will cover their faces. These are the owners of the garden, therein they will abide. Just as some will have lightness, the darkness. It's a countenance thing. Maybe that's not quite the word that people will understand, but it's the an auric sort of thing, an aura sort of thing. It's the the lightening versus the heavy, the heavy. And those who earn evil, the punishment of an evil is the like thereof, and abasement will cover them, and they will have none to protect them from Allah, as if their faces had been covered with slices of the dense darkness of night. These are the companions of the fire, therein they will abide. And on the day when we gather them all together, then we shall say to those who associated others, keep where you are, you and your associates. Then we shall separate them one from another, and their associates will say, it was not us that you served. Shuraka, they're taking them as, they're misassociators because they associate divinity or things that are only fitting for divinity with other than God. So Allah suffices as a witness between us and you that we were quite unaware of your serving. There will every soul become acquainted with what it sent before, and they will be brought back to Allah, their true patron, and that which they devise will escape from them. Say, who gives you sustenance from heaven and the earth, or who controls the hearing and the sight, and who brings forth the living from the dead, and brings forth the dead from the living, and who regulates the affair? And they will say, Allah. Say then, will you not then guard against evil? Such then is Allah, your true Lord. And what is there after the truth but error? How then are you turned away? Thus does the word of thy Lord prove true against those who transgress, that they believe not. Say, is there anyone among your associates who produces the first creation? then reproduces it. Say Allah produces the first creation and he reproduces it. How are you then turned away? Say, is there any of your associates who guides to the truth? Say Allah guides to the truth. Is he then who guides to the truth more worthy to be followed, or he who finds not the way unless he is guided? What is the matter with you? How do you judge? And most of them follow not but conjecture. Surely conjecture will not avail aught against the truth. Truly, Allah is knower of what they do, and this Qur'an is not such as could be forged by those besides Allah, but it is a verification of that which is before it, and a clear explanation of the book. There is no doubt in it from the Lord of the worlds. Or say they he has forged it, say then bring a chapter like it, and invite whom you can besides Allah, if you are truthful. No extra sounds, no discrepancies, no scientific errors, certain things about the sound. The Catholic Church, Pope Innocent's confessor, produced the doctrine that the Quran was from the devil because such eloquence is something. They couldn't even do a few line chapter, and they knew it. I have, got a book up there that says there's over 1,300, yes, there's 10,000 variations in the Greek of the so-called New Testament. There's more variations in Genesis than you find the linguistic variations in Al-Quran, but the linguistic variations in Al-Quran only amount to dialectical things. A sin for a sod in some words, a noon for a meme in some words. You don't find a single contradiction anywhere in the Quran, and they're saying, but there are 630 or something like that, over 600 contradictions between Al-Quran and the Bible. But there's more contradiction between the Bible in itself, but for some reason you're supposed to accept the Bible. There are no internal contradictions in the Quran, but for some reason you're supposed to accept text with contradiction. It's up to you to accept, to make that decision, but nay, they reject that whose knowledge they cannot compass, and whose final sequence has not come to them. Even thus did those before them reject. Then see what was the end of the wrongdoers, and of them is he who believes in it, and of them is he who believes not in it. And thy Lord best knows the mischief makers. And if they reject thee, say, my work is for me, and your work for you. You are clear of what I do, and I am clear of what you do. And of them are some who listen to thee, but canst thou make the deaf to hear, though they will not understand? And of them are some who look at thee, and canst thou show the way to the blind, though they will not see? Surely Allah wrongs not mankind in aught, but mankind wrong themselves, on the day when he will gather them, as though they had not stayed but an hour of the day. They will recognize one another, and they perish indeed who reject the meeting with Allah, and they follow not the right way. And if we show thee something of that which we promise them, or cause them to die, yet to us is their return, and Allah is witness to what they do. And for every nation there is a messenger, so when their messenger comes, the matter is decided between them with justice, and they are not wronged. And they say, when will this promise be fulfilled? If you are truthful, say, I control not for myself any harm or benefit except what Allah pleases. Every nation has a term. When their term comes, they cannot put it off an hour, nor can they bring it before. Say, do you see if his chastisement overtakes you by night or by day? What then is there of that? What then is there of it that the guilty would hasten, and when it comes to pass, will you believe in it? What now? And you hastened it on. Then will it be said to those who were unjust, taste abiding chastisement. You were not requited except for what you earned. And they ask thee, is that true? Say, Ay, by my Lord, it is surely the truth, and you will not escape. And if every soul that has done injustice had all that is in the earth, it would offer it for ransom, and they will manifest regret when they see the chastisement, and it will be decided between them with justice, and they will not be wronged. Now surely whatever's in the heavens and the earth is Allah's. Now surely Allah's promise is true, but most of them know not. He gives life and causes death, and to him you will be returned. O mankind, there has come to you indeed an admonition from your Lord, and a healing for what is in the breast, and a guidance and a mercy for the believers. Say, in the grace of Allah and in his mercy, in that they should rejoice, it is better than that which they hoard. Say, see you what Allah has sent down for you of sustenance, then you make of it unlawful and lawful. Say, has Allah commanded you, or do you forge a lie against Allah? And what think those who forge lies against Allah of the day of resurrection? Surely Allah is bountiful to mankind, but most of them give not thanks. And thou art not in any affair, and thou recitest not concerning it any portion of Holy Qur'an, and you do no work, but we are witnesses of you when you were engaged therein, and not the weight of an atom in the earth or in the heaven is hidden from thy Lord, nor anything less than that, nor greater, but it is in a clear book. Now surely the friends of Allah, they have no fear, nor do they grieve. Those who believe and keep their duty, for them is good news in this world's life and in the hereafter. There is no changing the words of Allah, and that is the mighty achievement, and let not their speech grieve thee. Surely might belongs wholly to Allah. He is the hearer, the knower. Now surely whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth is Allah's, and what do follow those who call on associates besides Allah, and they follow not but conjecture, and they only lie. He it is who made for you the night, that you might rest therein, and the day giving light. Surely in this are signs for a people who hear. And they say, Allah has taken a son, glory be to him. He is the self-sufficient, his is what is in the heavens and what is in the earth. You have no authority for this. Say you against Allah what you know not. Say, those who forge a lie against Allah will not succeed. A little enjoyment in this world, then to us is their return. Then we shall make them taste severe chastisement because they disbelieved, and recite to them the story of Noah, when he said to his people, O my people, if my staying and my reminding by the messages of Allah is hard on you, on Allah do I rely, so decide upon your course of action and your associates. Then let not your course of action be dubious to you, so have it executed against me and give me no respite. But if you turn back, I ask no reward from you. My reward is only with Allah, and I am commanded to be of those who submit. But they rejected him. So we delivered him and those with him in the ark, and we made them rulers and drowned those who rejected our messages. See then what was the end of those who were warned. Then after him we sent messengers to their people. They came to them with clear arguments, but they would not believe what they had rejected before, and thus do we seal the hearts of those who exceed the limits. And we see that the prophets did not receive any worldly payment for their spiritual roles.